struggling to find a way to coexist with such formidable animals. Since predators are a true emblem of the wilderness, yet their presence comes at a steep cost. Lions pose $120 million every year. The impact isn't just where we dive into the untamed world of South Africa's lions. These magnificent manage lions safely and humanely. This serious threats to human safety, leaving residents and policymakers struggling with livelihoods, but also plays a critical role in maintaining the Welcome to Northwood's pursuit for nearby communities. With only an estimated 2,000 to 3,000 delicate balance between people and predator lions left in the wild, the damage they inflict on farms and property reaches nearly early 2024. Livestock attacks have surged across South Africa, become a matter of survival. Consider the story of Sabina, a farmer who lost 17 head of cattle in just 1 week to relentless lion attacks. Losses on that scale can wipe out nearly $1 million in income each year, leaving families on the edge of ruin. Cases like his highlight the urgency of the crisis and the mounting frustration among farmers who feel they're running out of options. In response, the South African fall immediately. They cautiously follow blood trails. Fully African government has introduced new strategies. Renowned for his expertise, Peter depends on heavy caliber rifles such as the .375 HNH Magnum, with advanced optics like the Leupold VX 1.5-5x20mm and the Trigicon AccuPoint 1-4x24mm. He has the accuracy required to. This method not only helps safeguards, above all else, safety comes first. Peter never ventures out alone. He relies on a close-knit team of 4 to 5 members made up of expert trackers and client hunters. The trackers serve as the backbone of every expedition. With years of experience reading the land, they can detect subtle signs of lion movement, guide the group with precision, and maintain control in situations that could quickly turn dangerous. Client hunters bring another layer of purpose to the mission. Whether they're first-time adventurers or seasoned outdoorsmen, their participation fuels both the thrill of the hunt and the funding for local conservation programs. Each hunter is required to obtain a license, costing anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. These fees ensure the hunts remain strictly regulated, responsible, and beneficial to the communities that share their land with Africa's most iconic predator. Trackers, often the unsung heroes of these hunts, rely on razor-sharp instincts to read the land. They study paw prints, interpret subtle signs of behavior, and predict where a lion might move next. Their skill in selecting quiet paths helps disguise the team's presence, softening footsteps and masking movements so the lion isn't alerted too soon. Once a shot is fired, trackers focus on the animal's every reaction, ensuring the hit was clean. If the lion doesn't aware that a wounded lion is one of the most dangerous animals in the wild. Beyond the hunt itself, regulated lion hunting provides real economic lifelines for rural communities. Fees from international hunters, covering permits, licenses, and outfitting services, pump money into local economies, funding jobs and even infrastructure improvements. At the same time, carefully managed hunting plays a role in conservation. As apex predators, lions help control herbivore numbers, which in turn protects vegetation and supports biodiversity. With thoughtful oversight, hunting programs maintain stable lion populations while easing the conflict between these powerful predators and the people who live alongside them. Lion hunting, however, remains one of the most hotly debated practices in modern wildlife management. Critics argue that trophy hunting places prestige and sport above the welfare of the animals themselves. Overharvesting or targeting lions with prized traits, like thick, dark manes, can strip away genetic diversity, leaving future generations weaker. Reduced variation makes populations more vulnerable to disease, lowers fertility, and threatens the long-term resilience of the species. These concerns make strict oversight essential, ensuring that any benefits of hunting don't come at the cost of the lion's life. In South Africa, lions represent both the breathtaking beauty of the wild and the pressing challenges facing rural communities. Livestock losses and risks to human safety underscore the urgent need for practical, balanced solutions. While regulated hunting can deliver economic gains and ecological stability, the ethical questions remain impossible to ignore. By directly involving local communities and confronting human-wildlife conflicts with transparency and care, South Africa has the chance to preserve its most iconic predator while promoting a lasting harmony between conservation and human survival. Back in 1992, black bears in the United States were on the verge of disappearing. Yet, thanks to their incredible ability to adapt, they've made a remarkable comeback. Today, their population has bounced back to an estimated 700,000, with most of them roaming throughout North America. But this recovery hasn't come without challenges. As their numbers continue to climb, black bears have become a serious problem for farmers, property owners, and even public safety. Each year, the damage they cause is estimated at nearly $150 million, hitting states like Florida, Texas, and Michigan especially hard. To address this growing issue, hunters and wildlife managers have turned to a mix of traditional practices and modern techniques to keep the population under control. Black bear hunting with bows and arrows is one of the oldest traditions in North America. Rooted in Native American culture, this method was once essential for survival, providing food, tools, and clothing. Over time, it evolved into a practice that today's hunters still value, not just for the challenge, but for the deep connection it offers to history and the outdoors. Success in bow hunting depends heavily on location and timing. Dense forests, rugged mountains, and the edges of farmland provide the cover hunters need for close encounters. State laws, bear movement patterns, and seasonal habits all influence the hunt. Most bow hunts take place in the spring and fall, when bears are most active, with the best opportunities often coming at sunrise or just before dusk. A successful bow hunt takes patience, planning, and precision. It begins with scouting. Hunters focus on areas known for strong bear populations, often heading to public lands like national forests or state-managed wildlife areas. Trail cameras, tracks, claw marks, and even overturned logs provide valuable clues about a bear's presence. Because bears have an extraordinary sense of smell, scent control is critical. Just as important is the ability to move silently, blending into the environment without alerting the animal. When the moment comes and a bear steps within 20 to 40 yards, accuracy is everything. The goal is a clean, ethical shot aimed at the vital organs just behind the shoulder. Achieving this requires steady breathing, unwavering concentration, and a smooth release of the arrow. After the shot, hunters typically wait 30 minutes to an hour before beginning the recovery, carefully following the blood trail until the bear is located and confirmed. Bow hunting is far more than just a way to manage wildlife. It's an experience that draws hunters closer to nature. Success depends on patience, stealth, and the ability to blend into the wilderness, creating an intimate connection with the land and its rhythms. For many, it's also about honoring tradition, carrying forward practices that trace back centuries. Within the bow hunting community, values like ethics, sustainability, and respect for both the animal and the environment are at the heart of the pursuit. At the same time, rifle hunting for black bears remains a widely practiced method. Rifles offer hunters range and stopping power, making it possible to take precise shots from much farther distances. But the hunt doesn't begin at the trigger. It starts with preparation. Hunters are required to secure the right licenses and permits, follow state-specific regulations, and equip themselves with firearms suited for big game. Among the most trusted calibers are the .30-06, .338, and .300 Win Mag, each prized for its balance of accuracy and power. Just like in bow hunting, scouting is essential for rifle hunters. Signs such as tracks, scat, and claw marks help pinpoint areas where bears are most active. When it's time to take the shot, composure is everything. A steady breath, careful aim, and smooth trigger pull often determine the outcome. After the shot, hunters typically pause before beginning the recovery, tracking the blood trail with patience and readiness for a possible follow-up. Yet, black bear hunting is not without controversy. While it carries a long history and cultural importance, it also draws criticism from animal rights advocates and others who argue for non-lethal methods of population control. On top of that, illegal poaching during hunting seasons adds to the challenge of managing bear populations. In regions like the Appalachian Mountains, where enforcement is difficult, this issue has become especially concerning for wildlife officials. The debate over black bear hunting is far from settled. Supporters believe it plays a crucial role in balancing ecosystems and reducing conflicts between bears and human communities. Opponents, however, call for non-lethal alternatives, questioning the ethics of the practice. What remains undeniable is that hunting, whether done with bows or rifles, holds deep cultural significance while also carrying environmental impacts that continue to influence wildlife management across the United States.